Hello, and welcome to another edition of our recycling podcast. Recycle, don't be a waster. In today's podcast, we're going to cover a topic that is probably the most simple recycling service, cardboard. But one of the questions we get asked is, can I get free recycling? Will somebody come and pick up my cardboard for free? So I think we're going to go into a little bit on, I suppose, the economics of cardboard, how it actually works, and maybe give people an insight into, I suppose, the recycling market in general. Recycling, I suppose you often hear the term resource recovery, and that a lot of companies talk about themselves in that regard, which you could argue is a form of greenwashing or wish cycling. Pretending to be greener than you are, etc. But fundamentally, if something is a valuable resource, nobody is going to throw it in the bin. People are going to recycle it, reuse it, and take advantage of it. At the end of the day, if you've got old golden jewelry that you don't need anymore, you don't throw it in the bin. You recycle it or sell that gold so it's melted down and formed into new jewelry. And that, in a much probably less financially incentivized manner, cardboard recycling is the same. So the way the cardboard recycling market works is it's probably, maybe aluminium is more, but cardboard's probably the most internationally developed recycling market. It's traded on international exchanges. You can go online and check, almost like shares or like, commodity coal prices or oil prices. You can see the price for secondhand cardboard in the Asian market, where it's internationally traded. So it is a valuable commodity, and it is easily recycled. Fundamentally then, once an item is picked up and recycled, it's turned into pulp or the cardboard pulp material, and then it's used to make new boxes, etc. So with that, there is people buy that product, and the value, let's just say, obviously it fluctuates, but the value in Australia, it depends on where you're located. Clearly, the closer you are to a major port or major city, it's probably cheaper because the cost to get the transport costs, etc., are reduced. But let's just say $200 per ton is a 5 or 10 year average price of the cardboard, and then when it's recycled. And so in theory, what the economics of picking up cardboard and recycling cardboard, I suppose they really work in this regard. Somebody goes to your location, picks up cardboard that you have, takes it away, processes that cardboard, and then sells it for a price. Clearly then, if they're getting, let's say, the $200 per ton, the price that they will pay you or that you will pay them to take that cardboard away clearly depends on a number of factors. Clearly, the more cardboard you have, the cleaner the cardboard, the easier it is to access. If it's in bulk, if it's already in bales or compacted, that makes it much more cost effective for any recycling company to come and get it. So when we talk about free cardboard recycling, there's often, I suppose the major problem is transport. Any domestic house would be able to drop off their own domestic cardboard for free at a recycling centre, because that recycling centre has no transport costs. They'll just package up that cardboard and get money from it. If you are a major corporate, you're producing huge amounts of cardboard in the tons and tons every week, and you bale and compact that cardboard, you actually may get paid for that cardboard through a rebate format. And the way that generally works is, if you have baled or compacted cardboard, somebody will come, with a flatbed truck. They'll pick up those tons of cardboard, take it away. That'll be weighed. The recycling company then will get, let's say that $200 per ton, and then they might pay you a rebate reflecting how much you provided. So there's a share basis. When you're talking much lower volumes, 30 or 40 boxes a week, the economics don't really stack up, because clearly somebody's got to provide you with a bin. Someone has to provide the truck driver to drive there to empty that cardboard. So there are real costs in collecting that, and the efficiency is not to the same extent. But what you will see is there's still, I would argue that in that instance, it's very, very unlikely to get free cardboard, because the costs, operating in Australia, as we know, trucks, petrol, driver time are significant, especially driving through major cities with traffic. But what you will see is that the price will be subsidised to a large extent, because the actual end product is valuable. So companies will charge you less, significantly less, for that cardboard service than you would be charged for commingled recycling or for general waste. And so you are receiving a much a lower price, and that is caused by the economics and the rebate basis. To actually receive a rebate, the rule of thumb would be that you'd have to, let's say the transport charge for the truck going to your location, and let's say that's again $200, and then let's say that the truck would need to pick up a certain number of bales equaling a certain tonnage, so that you would be paid a rebate. And the rebate that some people are paid obviously depends on the commercial arrangements, but it could be 20 to 40 to 50% of the total value of that cardboard. So you might be receiving $40 a ton. Clearly then, if you're receiving for that one transport of $200, if you've got 5 tons of cardboard, well then you probably are receiving free cardboard collection. So that's the way I suppose to think about it. Clearly, the more you produce, the higher quality that cardboard is, the easier it is to access, the lower the collection costs are for the company. Clearly, your chance of getting free or even subsidised or paid for your cardboard are significantly higher. One thing we get queries all the time: will we come to somebody's house and pick up 1 or 2 cardboard boxes for free? And clearly that won't make much sense. If the cost, just on the back of an envelope, the cost would be $200 per ton. Clearly 1 or 2 cardboard boxes wouldn't even weigh 1 or 2 kilograms. The total value of that's very small, $1 or so, $1, $2. Whereas the price, the time, the effort to go to some location and pick it up, you're probably talking $30, $40, $50. So it doesn't stack up in any way in that scenario. But when you get into the big numbers, yes, it can make economic sense. So I hope that gives you a bit of an insight into, I suppose it's really commodities. It's like any commodity business. It's taking something from one place to another, selling it for something, and the economics of scale and efficiencies pay dividends. So we'll leave it there today. And again, recycle. Don't be a waster.